Hello everyone, my name is Webweaver, and welcome back to another brand new episode of this thing, whatever this is, on your screen right now. I don't know, I've never played it before. Definitely, that is a true statement. So, I didn't really, okay, so here's the thing. I'm pretty sure that I finished the donut. At least, like, I haven't watched the whole tutorial series, but I don't really care about animation right now, right? Like, animation is something that I might want to learn in the future, just for fun, in case I have a wacky idea. But, like, I don't really need to do that, if that makes sense. We'll play a little Mizuki, by the way. I'm feeling popular today. I'm feeling popular. I looked at my YouTube analytics. That's a lie. I didn't do that. I did that like a month ago, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, I'm feeling like a Mizuki run, so that's what we're gonna do. Mizuki's gonna be chased by the cult, and yeah, we'll do character exclusive perks, why not? I don't typically look at my YouTube analytics, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like streaming, because it's very hard to hide the view count. Like, I don't know if it's a feature that you can do, but, I wish there was, because, like, I can not look at the view count for, like, 80% of a stream, and then I, like, glance out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, okay, now I'm anxious, now I have anxiety. Because it's like, you hate to see that number, right? Like, you absolutely hate to see that number. Because it's not that the viewer count stays the same, or goes up. The viewer count going down is the bad thing. It's the bad place, alright? And so, like, psychologically, there's nothing that you can do, right? Like, there's nothing you can do about it. So you just have to, like, not look at it. And so, really, the only time that I, look at the view count intentionally is at the end of the stream. Because that is, an interesting little thing. You can kind of glean some insight from that. But, anyways... light source, knowledge. Oh boy, I wonder what we're gonna do. Dexterity, ugh. Second enemy, and charisma. So no strength, which is kind of a bad thing and kind of a good thing. The reason it's kind of a bad thing is because we have no incentive to level up strength outside of making our brace better. But the good thing is that we don't have an incentive to level up our strength. So if we can get good enough combat, then I think... And actually, I don't know if I'm going to get the heavy-duty flashlight. I have a different idea. Because I feel like fast combat is going to be what we want to see here. So I'm actually going to... I want to keep the dog store. Do I want to keep... like, I want to get the occult shop, right? But I also want to get a compass. So I'm thinking, like, you know, how do we make this work? I guess we can go without a vending machine, but that's gonna make us rely on the, like, I want to get the small candle. You probably could guess what I was gonna get, because there's, like, 2 weapons there that actually exist, so, you know. Don't you dare throw these spells away. You just got Mind Drain, Mizuki, one of the most useful things in the game. Like, Unearthly Suture is pretty bad, but there was Mind Drain in these notes. You cannot throw them away. Alright, that works. Good enough. Like, you would have to be crazy to throw away. Like, you get Mind Drain from, like, an esoteric library note that you have for some reason. I like esoteric. It's a fun word to say. I try to use it correctly. But esoteric is like you just have to know. You just have to be knowledgeable. But yeah, if you stick to the end of the video, you'll get to see the Blender donut, or at least the final render, because I don't really want to open Blender. Like, I mean, I'm gonna open Blender later, but I'm gonna start working on something else. So here's the thing. I was... Like, I like to get a lot of, like, hand-me-down stuff, I guess you could say, because it's usually, like, or used is probably a better word for it, because it's, like, cheaper, you know, and a lot of the time people take good enough care of their things to where they work, And so, years ago, I got this, is it Wacom or Wacom? Is it, Wacom Sock'em Robots? I'm sorry, that was terrible. But actually, I'm not sorry, because that was amazing. That was the best. And no one has ever done it better than that. And nobody ever will. But, you know, I thought it was pretty cool. And so, in case I ever wanted to do art stuff, I got it. And it's a very small thing, and that's actually going to be extremely helpful because, you know, I do have, like, a drawing tablet that's like a screen, and I bought that, like, years ago, and I really like it. I'm terrible at art, and I would never share anything because I'm so bad at it. But it's just fun to, like, you know, scribble around. But that thing is, it's, because it's a screen, you know, it's like a monitor, I don't have the desk space for that. And so I was thinking to myself, I'll use that tablet for Blender, and I would like to do that in the future, but I don't have the desk space for it, like, it literally wouldn't fit. And so it would have to go where my keyboard is, but then my keyboard would have to be taken off the desk or placed somewhere that I can't reach it, and Blender has, like, 8 million hotkeys that I need to use. So, like, I grabbed that old Wacom tablet that's just like, it's like a pad that you use the pen on, and I'm gonna try that later because that's small enough that it should be able to fit on my desk, and I should be able to use the keyboard relatively comfortably because it's just like a pad that you put on the ground, right? Well, not on the ground, that would be bad, but like, you just put it on your desk. And the keyboard would probably have to go behind it, maybe under, like, a monitor, but the thing is, because it's like a pad, I can just reach over it instead of it being a monitor in front of a monitor, and that just doesn't work. So hopefully something like that. I'm stalling because I don't remember how much the small candle is, so we're gonna go find out. It's 3 funds, you love to see it. So we're not going to, I do want a compass, though. But do we want to wait on the compass, or do we want to brute force the compass? Let's wait on the compass. This has a chance to backfire. What we're gonna do is we're gonna buy the compass this mystery. That's what it is. That's what it is, and that's how it do. However, if we get to the end of the mystery and we don't have the funds, we'll brute force it. I think that's fine. Is this eel even alive? Dun dun dun. Spoiler alert. Yes, I think? I don't actually remember. Holy shit, what if the fat rat got a hit on us? It's a 1% chance that is this the most powerful rat of all time? Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. If I got dabbed on by a fat rat being grabbed by me, I don't think I could live that one down. That would be the worst Mizuki run of all time. Maybe I should have taken the EXP. Throw that jar straight into the trash. But I'm very happy with where, so we can get 1 ally here. Allegedly? Oh no, we can't. Never mind. Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's fine. The difference between, it would have been 16% attack speed boost. That's fine. Maybe we should even, like, how much do I actually want to brute force this? I don't know. Now that I think about it, let's get rid of Absorb. That's probably, I was just cycling through the spells to see, like, which one was the most useless. Now we are gonna go up to, like, 20% Doom. I would like to buy something here. And so we will. I don't want to, I'm not re-rolling this at all. Also, if you had Yakuza card, when you go to sell something, you would buy it instead. So that's just kind of fucked up, isn't it? That is actually, like, fucked up. That if you had a Yakuza card and you tried to sell something before buying, you would buy you would attempt to buy the thing that was in the Yakuza card space. That's actually super messed up. I think it's kind of funny that you can, like, click through certain things in the game. Like, you can click through sub-menus. Like, you can click these options before this even goes away, right? Like, I'm pretty sure you can. I don't remember where it is, though. Yeah, you can. Like, you can click through super fast. But I feel like if you have a menu up, like your inventory, you probably shouldn't be able, or your inventory or your level up screen, you probably shouldn't be able to interact with the background. Because you could essentially, like, if there was some way to, like, make the inventory or the level up transparent so you could see through it, you could play the game in that screen. Which is really, really bad. And for some reason, the buttons that are beneath it have priority, because you've seen me level up outside of the lighthouse like 8 million times. And it's always so bad, because I end up, like, going back to the house accidentally. But, school scissors, morbid mermaids, abnormal arms, ramen. Alright, so... this is a very peculiar one. I don't know if you've noticed it yet, but there's, like, no forest, no mansion, nothing like that. Doesn't exist. It's true, it doesn't exist. So, I think what we'll go ahead and do is probably school scissors, because we're pretty healthy. We do need to remember our second enemy, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, no, I think it's an interesting run so far. That's relatively okay. Maybe I should have taken the reason out, because there's, like, reason you can regenerate here, and that's, like, decently likely, but I don't know. Why are we doing... but wait. Oh, yeah, because we got Kyoko. That's right. That's actually really nice. I'm actually... you want to just use a Mind Drain? Go down to the base reason, and then, like, work from there? Yeah? I don't play Small Candle... oh, she takes bonus damage to magic. That's interesting. Is the run blessed? Ah, not even worth opening the door fully for. You hate to see it. So do remember Young Witch is our second enemy. Maru. Maru Gaming. Maru is less dangerous, so we can probably just fight Maru. And, yeah. We can probably just, you know, like, fight Maru and be pretty happy about that. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Parting gift, quick thinking. We have everything but strength, right? So, why did we take -1 knowledge? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Why did we take -1 knowledge? Because we had 7, didn't we? Oh no, I'm crazy. Don't worry about it. I thought we were playing a different character. Even though there's parting gift and Mizuki's looking right at me. Yeah, we should probably get, knowledge and dexterity up. Like, I do need to increase dexterity twice now instead of once, which is kind of annoying, but, we kind of want to, you know... We need to make sure that, we get our attacking stat high enough. So here's the thing. We should just do this. That's very nice. You love to see that. Easy fight. Easy fight. We take 2 damage in total. You love to see it. It's, this is such a weird run. And this is, like, one of the powers of Mizuki, is that if she gets allies, she's pogging. And, like, we don't even have the good shit yet, right? So, we did get lucky with Kyoko, I will admit that. This one, I guess? 5%? Yeah, that's the one. That's probably the least bad one, right? Because, like, one of them is, like, -5 stamina, and I hate that. We do need to get Frostbite cured, but we have 3 more mysteries in the town, so it's not really a big deal. It's all bows. It's all bows? Half a bow? You know, shoutouts to that one guy. It's a bow, clap. It's all claps? Okay, 2 bows, 2 bows, 3 claps. That's actually pretty easy to remember. That might be used in this run if we fight a ghost. But shoutouts to that one guy. I was, watching a Young Yeah video, and there's this dude who he spent so much money in Diablo Immortal, the Blizzard mobile game, that's sort of like, is asymmetric the right word? It's like a dungeon crawler beat-em-up thing, right? I've only played Diablo 3, and I, like, listen, this might be controversial. I played Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls with 3 friends on the hardest difficulty that it was available to us on the first playthrough, because we hadn't beaten the game. So we were all on, like, fresh save files, because it doesn't let you play on the hardest difficulty right off the bat, which I hate that shit, by the way. I hate that shit. But I picked the Paladin lady. I don't remember what her name was or anything like that, but I picked the Paladin lady, and we were playing on the hardest available difficulty, and the game was way too easy. Like, we steamrolled it, and, like, I don't know if we were just, like, the luckiest gamers in existence, but so many legendaries dropped. Like, I think I had, like, a legendary weapon and a legendary shield before we even, like, killed the, like, is it the Act 1 boss? Like, it's the Skeleton King, right? Whatever his name is. Like, before we killed that guy, I had, like, 2 legendaries or some shit like that. It was crazy. But the thing was, the game was just boring as hell. Because, like, I was just too strong. Like, I was just too powerful. And, like, again, it was the hardest available difficulty, which, if you're, you know, you want to say, oh, play on a harder difficulty, literally can't. Literally cannot. Because it was it wasn't my first time playing, but, you want to actually banish this guy properly? It was 2 bows and 3 claps, right? That's crazy. Let's get a couple items and then we'll do it. But, yeah, no, it was so, like, it was literally just boring. Like, it was too easy. And let me explain kind of what happened, right? It was 2 bows and 3 claps. Is basically what ended up happening. Why did we take 2? And we got burned? Holy shit, using the clapping and the bowing is like the worst fucking thing in the world. Why? Why does that exist? Holy shit. That's so bad. But anyways, I'll try to stay on the anecdote. But, like, yeah, so it was... So, I just didn't take damage. Like, I would walk into a full room of enemies, and my health wouldn't go down. Right? Like, there was literally a part where I was like, I didn't want my friends to attack the mobs because I wanted to see if I would die. And I just didn't die, right? Like, I was nearly invulnerable. And it just, like... it was the hardest available difficulty. It was so fucking boring. And so, like, you know, I haven't really... Like, when I play a game like that, I want to play Grim Dawn, because Grim Dawn makes me fear for my fucking life. Like, holy shit. I'm going through the first area in Grim Dawn. If I don't kite those, like, world bosses properly, or, like, quest bosses, or just, like, unique enemies or whatever, if I don't kite those guys properly, they're gonna fucking kill me on the harder difficulty. Like, holy shit. But in Diablo Reaper of Souls, it was just like I was invulnerable. It didn't matter. Like, it just didn't matter. It's true and real, right? Like, it did not matter. And, like, my friend was playing a Necromancer, one of my friends was playing the Witch Doctor. Let's do it, fuck it. It's gonna do, like, 3. Oh, no, she's doing 1 reason. That's okay. So it was a bow, bow, clap, clap, clap. Let's see how bad this one is. Watch her do, like, 2 damage or something. Okay, no, she just did 1. That's fine. We're collecting corpse dust, by the way. Can we collect enough corpse dust to get ourselves killed? That would be hilarious. That would be fucking hilarious. I'll do it. But, we're gonna get these nostrils haunted by the end of this freaking video. This is -2 luck. We could legit... If we get another one, do we die? I think if we get another one, we die. Because our luck is at 2 right now, right? That's crazy. But yeah, no, it's just boring. Like, it was, you know, when you were playing, like, it was kind of fun to, like, play with friends and stuff, right? But, outside of that, it was just kind of, like, it didn't really do it for me. Because it's like, yeah, I'm playing with 3 friends, and we're having a good time, which is a good thing. But, it was like, there wasn't anything going on, you know? It was, like... You can't pay attention to the story because you and 3 other people are just shooting the shit while you play. And it just became more of a background game, honestly. I think we killed, like... I think we got to, like, Act 2 or 3, and then we stopped, and the group dissolved, because it was just... I wasn't having fun, so I wasn't, like, bringing it up when we were chatting. Because it was like, I like Grim Dawn, because Grim Dawn, well, okay, Grim Dawn has, like, 1,000,001 problems, because the problem with Grim Dawn is that I have to fucking open up a spreadsheet to figure out what the hell I'm doing with my build, and that's really annoying, actually. Like, I want a game that is, like, casual enough from, like, a level, actually, no, I'll tell you exactly what I want from, like, a top-down hack-and-slash RPG, okay? I want something like Final Fantasy XIV, where you pick a class, and that class has a static build, alright? Where that class has a static build, And as you level up, you just unlock more and more shit. So there's no guesswork with, like, you know, oh man, this ability that I think is cool now might be a waste of points later, and I'll have to respec, and I'll have to redo my buttons or whatever. It's like, no. It's like, this class has these abilities, you're gonna unlock them as you go on, and then but I want that with, like, the difficulty of a Grim Dawn, right? Where it's like, if I pick the harder difficulty, and I go fight, like, a quest enemy that's at my level, I need to be popping health potions, and I need to be kiting effectively and dodging the boss's attacks, because if I'm not, then I'm gonna die. That's what I want. Because it's, like, the problem that I have, like, Grim Dawn has a lot of, like, builds and replayability and stuff. The problem that I have with that is I'm not always in the mood for that. You know what I mean? Like, let me put it this way, alright? Let me put it this way, okay? You have a game that, like, think of it like something like Skyrim, right? Like, Skyrim is an open world RPG, quote-unquote, exploration game, right? You can pick up and play Skyrim at any time, and it doesn't matter what you use, you're gonna have, like, a good experience, right? Like, yeah, okay, destruction magic sucks. True and real, okay? But, like, I mean, I don't know how else to put it. When you get into a situation where you have a game that's like, okay, you have a game, make your character, and then you just have to, like, set up all this shit and make all these decisions, and, like, the character building is in-depth, and there's, like, 2 classes with multi-classing, and you have to plan your level ups very carefully because you could either get a skill or you could get attribute points, but you also have other attribute points. When you have all these level up systems, it's like, I don't want to do that shit all the time, man. It's like, if I wanted to, like, dedicate myself to something like that, I just play fucking, like, Pathfinder Kingmaker or Wrath of the Righteous. Because then, you know, what I do for those games, and you can call this not creative or, like, a bad way to play, but I just go on the fucking guide websites and pick, like, a main character build that I think sounds fun, like Fey Sorceress or whatever, where you have, like, a bunch of magic that gives you environmental abilities, and then I just copy that build and play that build for the entire game, and then I'll, like, copy the high-tier builds for the companions, and just do that, because it's like, you know, when you're playing a game, and that's one of the reasons why this game has so much replayability with me, is I just play the game. There's not really, like, a lot of setup, there's not really a lot of thinking involved. I just play it, and I have a good time, you know? Like, I'm dedicating, like, you could say, like, oh, so you don't want to, like, have, like, these fun, in-depth games, they're just not for you. Well, no, that's not the case, because I do play them, and I do enjoy them, right? I do like games that have a lot of depth, that you have to, like, that sometimes the actual depth around the systems, you end up gaming that more than you actually spend playing the game in a certain session. But the thing is, I can't handle that for, like, all of the games that I play. Like, I can play Grim Dawn, but then I can't play anything else with a similar level of complexity. It's just too much, right? And I can play, like, that's one of the reasons why I like roguelikes in general, is because it's just, you play it, you start the run, run's over, you know? But you get to something like, something that requires a commitment and building your character. There's 2 ways you can go about that, right? You can either make it meaningful, and the player can screw themselves based on their own choices, which is good, and I do enjoy those games, right? Like, well, aforementioned Grim Dawn. But you can respec in Grim Dawn, so it's not that big of a deal. But that's just the one that we're talking about right now. But then there are also games like aforementioned Skyrim, where it's like, okay, you can really do whatever the fuck you want, it doesn't matter, because everything is, like, decently good enough. I mean, obviously, stealth archery is the most overpowered thing in the game, and destruction magic is probably the weakest, but it's still, like, you can be a destruction mage if you want, right? You can just pick up Skyrim and play a destruction mage, and you don't have to think about it. But in a game like Morrowind, and Oblivion too, right? Like, the Oblivion leveling system is fucking nutty. Like, I remember reading that one guide that was, like, partially roleplay, where it was like talking about the guy breaking out of prison and he decides to wear heavy armor to help himself get in shape, and then it explaining all about like the attribute, like maximization and all that shit. Like that stuff's crazy, right? And that's good when I'm in the mood for that sort of thing, when I want to play a game like that. But if your game requires that much thinking and that much brain power, then I'm going to be less inclined to pick it up than something else, right? Like, if I just want to play a game real quick, like, am I going to choose... Like, if I'm just going to play a game real quick, like, what am I going to choose? Am I going to choose my comfort backup game, like my forever game, Final Fantasy XIV? Am I going to choose a casual multiplayer experience that I can be in and out in, like, 30 minutes or less? Well, actually, a lot of the time, multiplayer games these days are, like, 5 minutes or less. And so I can play, like, a few matches of that. Or am I going to play the, like, crazy game that you have to, like, essentially get, like, a second job in order to know what you're doing, right? Like, you have to study the game and know about, like, its abilities or stuff like that. Like, when you're in the mood for that sort of thing and you have the time for it, those games are going to offer you a more meaningful experience than something that is very casual and very quick to pick up and play and then drop when you need it, when you need to drop it. But the thing is, you don't always have that time. And if you're someone like me and you have like a live service game that you play, Final Fantasy, you know, you're going to be spending a lot of your free time gaming in Final Fantasy. Even though Final Fantasy is a game where you don't have to play it constantly, there are some... I enjoy it enough to where I want to do the optional grinds, and a lot of the optional grinds, right? Because some people just do the relic weapons, which I don't do. Some people do Bozja and Eureka, which I do. You know, it's a whole thing, right? Like, if you have a live service game, your tolerance for any game that requires, like, depth of, like, oh shit, you know, like, you have to figure this out, and you have to, like, think about it, and you have to, like, write it down, and you have to, like, track your character's progression, and if you fuck up, you have to respec your character, right? Like, that sort of thing is not, like, you have less tolerance for that the more of a live service game that you play, right? Like, and so you end up just playing more casual games that you end up enjoying a lot more. Because it's like, yeah, I play a fucking MMO, you know, so I'm gonna not play as much, like, RPGs as I normally would, right? I mean, I still like... And here's the thing, another thing is RPGs that I'm already familiar with, right? Like, I have played Dragon Age Origins so many fucking times, alright? I've played Dragon Age Origins an absurd amount of times. Like, there was, like, a character save limit on Xbox 360. I overwrote every character file, like, twice over. I like, played the game, like, 30 times. And some of those characters even went through the DLC as well. Like, I love Dragon Age Origins. I absolutely love Dragon Age Origins. And so, if I was going to play, like, an RPG, like, I wanted to sit down and play, like, an RPG with a proper campaign and proper character building that was, like, a meaningful and in-depth experience, you want to know what I would go to? I would go to the game that I've already, like, played a million times, because I can try new things. Because, I mean, listen, when I was playing Dragon Age Origins, I was stupid. Like, I just played fucking Two-Handed Warrior as often as possible. It was so dumb. But, like, I don't even know. Like, I probably played Two-Handed Warrior, like, 15 times out of the... I'm not even joking. Like, out of the 30 characters that I probably beat the game on, like... 15 of those were probably, like, Two-Handed Warriors. I don't know why. I mean, that's in character. How about we try to Forgore? Oh, we lose EXP for doing that? What the hell? I mean, I guess that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. It is in character for the game. But, I think you can, like, I think if you just heard that out of context, like, oh, I played Two-Handed Warrior 15 times, like, I beat Dragon Age Origins, like, 15 times as a Two-Handed Warrior, I think you would hear that and think, yeah, no, yeah, right, buddy. But I think if you just, like, look at this, like, channel, this YouTube channel, and this, like, episode number, I guess, you would be like, okay, yeah, that's in character. I don't mind repetition as a treat, which is in video games at least. I don't mind repetition in video games. Repetition in video games is fine. Repetition in real life drives me absolutely up the wall. But anyways, yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy. Like, yeah, it's just weird. Like, I feel like there are a lot of there are a lot of games that I want to play, and when I turn them on, I'm like, oh, I've got to go to a wiki article and start reading, don't I? Fuck. You know, like, that's it. Like, that's the thing, is, like, when I play a game, I don't want to be sent to a wiki, right? Like, wiki is for Blender, this game occasionally... This button is highlightable? What the fuck? What is this? Why can you highlight this button? Anyways, it doesn't matter. Right, like, wiki is for Blender and Final Fantasy XIV. Any other game that sends me a wiki can go to hell. It's true, it's true, it can go to hell. Like, it is what it is, right? And that's also one of the things, is, like, I really want to play, like, there are, like, it's so weird, right? Like, I'm talking to, like, just backlog stuff in general now. Like, there's so many games that I want to play, and some of them are really easy to pick up and play, and so they get more game time than, like, 99% of the games in my Steam library, right? Like, Hatsune Miku Mega Mix. I have lost hours to that game without realizing it, because the songs are only, like, 3 to 5 minutes long, right? So, you know, you go in there, it's like, yeah, I'll do a few songs as a treat, and then it just goes, and it just goes, and it goes. And it's great, it's great. Hold on, this is bad. This is bad, what the hell? I mean, yeah. Please don't miss. Thank you. I really appreciate that, Mizuki. You're really pulling out all the stops here. Can we get fame, like, ever? No? Okay, that's fine. We don't need it. We are actually gonna go through the entire game without fame, which is pretty funny. But we did get to 8 in all of our stats, assuming that a random coughing blood, brain damage, hunger doesn't come out of nowhere. And goodbye, apartment stalker. You can just leave me the fuck alone. That would be great, thanks. Do we wanna... We have 8 dexterity, we can schmoove. Yeah, she schmooves. But yeah, sorry for the weird rant. Like, it's weird, right? Like, because you only have a certain amount of time in the day. And it's one of the reasons why FTL kind of died. And I do want to play more FTL. And I do want to do more FTL races as well. But it's just like, I think that because it will come back. I don't know if it'll come back tomorrow or like 3 days from now, but it'll be back. But when FTL comes back, it's gonna probably be like 30 minutes, right? There's probably gonna be like 4 parts per episode, which might suck, but it's like, I don't know, like, I'm just trying to learn Blender right now. Like, I've even been dipping on Final Fantasy XIV, you know? I've been like, it was a bow, clap, clap, clap. Look at this, 4 fucking reason? You seeing this shit? That's crazy. Oh, this is bad, actually. This is bad. This is, not good. This is highly not good. Holy shit. Okay, so we can do 8 and take 4. Or we can deal 16 and take 4. It's quite, well, allegedly. Don't miss. Mind Drain Gaming? Mind Drain Gaming, let's go. And then we should be able to guarantee his death. Right, I guess that's just conditional, right? Like, another thing that kinda is, it's different medium. But, I got to the Chimera Ant arc in Hunter x Hunter, right? And I'm on the Rose episode. For those who know, just, like, depressed, just agonized face of despair, and then those who don't know, clueless, right? But I got to the Rose episode in Hunter x Hunter, Chimera Ant arc, and I don't want to watch it. because that's an episode that I know is gonna fuck me up, right? Like the end of the Chimera, legitimately, I almost want to skip to the end of the Chimera Ant arc because I want to keep watching Hunter x Hunter, but I know that I'm gonna be like fucking ruined after I see that shit. Like I hate that, right? And so like, do I want to watch? Like, here's the thing: what would you rather watch? Would you rather watch something that's gonna like fuck you up and like make you cry, or would you rather watch, like, Family Guy funny moments? Yeah, like, I'm not, like, it's so weird. But it's like, when there's a condition to engaging with something, it makes me not want to, like, it makes me less likely to actually do it, if that makes sense. Like, Family Guy funny moments, you know, is just, like, brain-rotting garbage that's gonna, like, you know, probably, like, ruin my, like, cognitive abilities 20, 30 years from now. 40, 50, hopefully? 60 would be goated, but, you know, it's just gonna, like, you know, it's bad for your brain. It's junk food. But it's completely meaningless, and it doesn't matter. But if I watch the Hunter x Hunter, the end of the Chimera Ant arc for Hunter x Hunter, like, I'm gonna be fucking sad as shit for, like, hours. Right? Like, I'm gonna be sad as shit. It's gonna be horrible. Because I know what's happening. And, like, every time I've watched the end of the Chimera Ant arc, it's always made me cry. Because it's just that goated. It's just that good. But, like, I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know. Like, when the condition is I can't watch it on the second monitor anymore because this is a sit down and shut up moment. Like, you're paying attention to this shit. Like, this is good. Right? Like, when it disrupts the, you know, the day-to-day, I suppose, and you, like, have to sit down to watch it instead of just putting it on the second monitor, that's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's a little weird, right? But, yeah, no, it's just weird. We're gonna get that luck back. She will be the luckiest idol before long. I remember Young Witch. I bet you think I bet if you were a betting person, you would probably bet that I forgot the second enemy, but I didn't. I remembered Young Witch the whole time. True and real. Okay, so this is gonna do 16 damage. We can take the Doom, it doesn't matter. He takes bonus damage to magic? What the fuck? This is magic. This is magic one-handed knowledge. There's no blunt here. Enemies can be weak to 2 things? Oh my god. I should probably just use assess the situation more. I should have used it there because we have 8 million Doom we could mess around with, but... Anyways, there's the run. What was your new favorite enemy? Holy crap, that was weird. I don't have the color changing thing anymore, but, like, the background is supposed to be, like, reddish pink or whatever, and so I guess it just... I don't know. Reshade is weird, but I do like the funky look it gives to the game. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name has been Webweaver. I have, like... I mean, here's the thing. Right now, the most important thing to me to do is Blender, because it's a new hobby, it's new fun things to explore, and I'm on a stride with it right now. I don't want to lose that stride. I want to keep the progress going, because it feels like I'm making meaningful progress every time I open the software up, as long as I'm not dealing with AMD Pro Render bullshit. But I uninstalled that, so it's all good. But yeah, no, it's like when I'm actually making something in Blender, I feel like I'm making genuine progress. I'm getting better at the application and the, you know, so I don't want to lose that stride. So I'm always thinking about, like, what videos I could make, but at the same time, I'm looking at it now, and it's like, well, you know, there are videos that I want to make, and you might get, but probably not, because you're probably just gonna get World Horror forever, because that's the easiest thing to make, because it's the thing I have to think about the least. I can just turn it on and go, and then get stun-locked for 10 minutes about how, you know, I don't want to play Grim Dawn. It's so weird, right? Because, like, Diablo 3, or Diablo Reaper... Oh yeah, I never finished the anecdote, I got completely sidetracked. There was a guy who spent so much money in the pay-to-win Diablo game that he can't play with other people anymore because there's, like, a matchmaking rating or whatever for your, like... I don't really know about the details. I don't know if it's gear or, like, win ratio, but he he's basically, like, paid so much money that his character is literally, like, unkillable to other players. So he doesn't get matchmaking anymore, which I didn't even know there was a PvP mode. I thought it was, like, a PvE game, but, like, he can't get into a multiplayer game with other people because he's just too powerful. And so the loser has basically thrown himself into a, he's been soft-locked. He can't progress in the game anymore because he's spent so much money that he can't play with other players, so he can't do any multiplayer content. And there's apparently, like, seasons and stuff that are multiplayer, so he's, like, locked himself out of, like, a bunch of different rewards just on his, like, single character. So I guess he could make a new character and spend less than $100,000, I guess. But yeah, no, shoutouts to that guy if you're watching. Like, you've put yourself in, like, the soft lock jail, the GBJ. Oh no. But yeah, no, you've been you've been put in jail, so yeah, you can't play the game anymore. That sucks. Like, I would hate to do that. Like, if it has, like, a match-made rating based on how much money you spend, I would just want to be free to play forever, because then you're actually getting a fair matchup. Isn't that crazy? That'd actually be so weird. Like, put whales against whales and free-to-play players against free-to-play players. They don't do that. The whole point is that you want free-to-play players to go against pay-to-win players or pay-to-play players or whatever, so that free-to-play players can be like, oh, I want that, that's cool. And, you know, speaking of wanting things, I played Multiverses, and I went into the training mode to, like, see what character I liked, because I assumed you could play the characters, but if you wanted their costume, you had to buy the costume. Because, like, somebody was saying, like, the Velma costume that people are simping for on Twitter is, like, $20, which is insane. But, you know, it's like, I'll, like, go around, and when I went into the training mode, you can play all of the characters. So I assumed that I could play the character that I liked. So I did the like, practice training mode, and I was just, like, swapping between the characters, and I was having a lot of fun. And I don't know who she is, but I started playing Arya Stark, and she has this really cool thing where she hits you with her special attack. She can then, like, transform into you briefly to attack you with your own ability, and you can, like, activate it at a specific time, and she can throw, like, a dagger that she can dash to. It's actually really cool. And she was like, I played all of the characters. I really wanted to, like Tom and Jerry, but I just couldn't get Tom and Jerry down. Like, I couldn't figure out how Tom and Jerry worked. So I was like, and then the next character that I wanted to play, who was it? They should add Breaking Bad Walter White to the game. That'd be hilarious. But let me look at Multiverses real quick. I really wanted to like, Tom and Jerry, and then I really wanted to like Shaggy or Velma, but I couldn't, like, I played them for, like, obviously I've only, like, played for like 30 minutes, but, you know, I tried them out, I did their combos for a bit, and I couldn't really get into it. Then I tried Batman, because I like Batman, and then I tried Superman. I like Superman, actually. Superman's pretty fun. And then I like Finn, too. I don't like Jake, although Jake's, like, stretchy thing is really funny. I didn't like Bugs Bunny either. I played all the characters, and Arya Stark was just the most fun. Like, I genuinely think she was, like, the coolest character to play. And so I was like, okay, I'll play my first online match. And then it's like, oh, uh-oh, I only have, what is it? Like, I don't even think you have Shaggy, do you? You have, like, Wonder Woman, Superman, Finn, right? Like, those are the characters that you start with? And so I looked up how much money you'd have to spend to get Arya Stark, because I'm like, okay, I don't mind, like, spending a little bit of money for, like, a free game. And you're not actually allowed to buy characters. You have to buy premium currency, and then you have to, but they don't sell enough premium currency to buy a character, so you have to buy, like, big packs of gems just to get one character, and that's really fucking annoying and, like, actually infuriating. You can earn the characters, but I don't know. Like, I lost a lot of steam. I lost a lot of steam the moment I saw that. See, it's that conditional thing. It's like, I played the training mode. Arya Stark was the character that I had the most fun doing her combos. And then I want to play Arya Stark. And then I can't. And so, instead of, like... And then I'm like, okay, can I buy Arya Stark? And the answer to that is no, you can't. You have to buy currency. And you have to buy more currency than you need, which won't allow you to get anything else, because it's, you know, probably, like, predatory. It's predatory in nature. It's a thing that they do where they force you to buy more currency than you need to buy what you want, but then you have currency left over that can't afford anything else. So it's like, I can't buy Arya Stark and then Arya Stark's costume or whatever. I can't do that. I can't buy Arya Stark and then I can't buy, like, well, I guess I liked Finn and Superman, which are playable out of the box. But let's say I wanted to play another character who you had to buy, right? Like Tom and Jerry, or like Bugs Bunny, right? If I wanted to buy Tom and Jerry to, like, practice as them in, like, multiplayer, I could not. I would have to buy, like, a big or, like, huge gem pack. So I'd either have to buy, like, 2 small gem packs, a big gem pack, or, like, a huge gem pack to get the characters that I want. And so after that was sort of like, I'm done jumping through the hoops, right? Like, I'm done jumping through the hoops at that point, and it's like, okay, I'm done. It is like a co-op beat-em-up or whatever, so I might play it with, like, Joey or someone else if they want to. I would be bad, though, so apologies in advance. But it's like, yeah, it's a little bit weird, because it's like, if I could just buy, like, a character for, like, $5, like, if I could spend $10 and get Arya and Tom and Jerry, I probably would, right? But having to spend, like, I don't know, like, $20 or whatever to get, like, to get, like, a character and a half is crazy. And so I could look up, like, a review or online, and I could, like, I could do some digging to find out how long you have to grind to earn a character, and it was just too much. Like, it was just too much. Like, I messed around in the training mode for, like, 30 minutes, and then I was done. Like, I had fun with it. I really like how floaty it is, because there's so much air movement that you have. I'm really bad at it, but I think it's fun. Because you have, like, you can jump a lot. You can dodge twice in the air, you can jump twice in the air, and you can attack in the air, and a lot of your attacks move you. So I thought that was really cool. But, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. I just, like, being able... That's one of the reasons, again, why I like roguelites, is you just pick them up, you play them, once your run's over, you're done. Speaking of being done, thank you so much for watching. My name is Webweaver. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. Bye. This video, like, got completely out of control. Absolutely disgusting. But thank you for watching anyways. Stay safe out there.